What's up, friends? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. I forgot to turn this light on again. Welcome to Monday Giveaways. Hey, now you can see the right side of my face. Welcome to Monday Giveaways, Q&A, and building more tiny whoops. In the chat, Kiz Bartlett was first, Chopper FPV was next, Glenn Burnett, Kevin Sumner, Zach Lothamer, Riot9T1, TweetFPV is here. What's up, Dan? How are you, brother? Aaron FPV, Left Step, Justin the Guy, Marcel Off Axis, Tiago Ramos, Eric Khan, Metal Dirtskin, Maxi Trillion, Dead Chicken, Flying Ryan, Ed K, Brandon's Baked Beans, TweetFPV again, Ram Donko, Flying Ryan again, Fun Pervolt, Abraham, PJ, Arazi B, Hugo Garcia, Ed K, Metal Dirtskin, Daniel Harmon, Four Little Pigs, bunch of people I haven't seen in a while. Welcome back, friends. Razzie B, Hugo, Metal Dirtskin, I think I got most of you guys. Fargo 252 is in the house, Morton Upshot, T1 again, Momo Slappy, A Cable, and Sleepy CBR. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing well. You're definitely doing better than I am. I woke up this morning, walked into the kitchen, and there was a layer of water all over the floor in the kitchen. And the kitchen is right above here. It's a little bit to the front of where I'm sitting right now, but yeah, it is right above here. Over on Instagram, I took a couple of pictures. Yeah, the drain hose for the dishwasher, which Maggie turned on when she woke up, popped off. And so the dishwasher was just dumping all of its wastewater under the sink and then out onto the floor and then down through the floor onto the ceiling tiles here, and then once they exploded down onto the carpet, onto the brand new carpet, all over the backside of my desk, all over my printer, all up in my flight bag. My DJI goggles were soaked. Batteries were all soaked. Luckily my transmitter was not in there. The brand new carpet is all soaked. So there's a shitload of background noise because there's a huge carpet fan and the air conditioner, the in-window air conditioner that Patrick is letting me borrow, has been letting me borrow for the last like month. Is banging away, and there's another fan railing. So yeah, apologies for the background noise. If you guys can even hear it, maybe you don't even notice it, but yeah. Buy a house, they said. Living in apartments is a waste of money. Is it? Is it a waste of money? Or is it an investment in your sanity? It's still well worth it. I still absolutely love working here. Great. Living here. I mean, I do work here. Yeah, it is worth it, I think. It's a lot though. At this point, I would just like 1 week. I would like 1 week of just semi-normality. That's what I'm shooting for. That's gonna be an awesome week. Thus far, for the last like month and a half that I've lived here, every week is some other catastrophe, and it's getting a little old. But you know, as my father brilliantly once said to me in reference to like used cars, there's a reason they're selling it, right? If everything is absolutely perfect, most people won't sell the car or the house or whatever. Houses, it's a little bit different, right? Oh, we want to move to California, we've got to sell the house. But yeah, it's I've always remembered that, and it's just one of those things that's like, yeah, you buy something used, there's a reason that person was selling it. Maybe the reason is because they were moving to California, maybe the reason is because it's falling apart. But yeah, there's always a reason that someone is selling something. And so you gotta, you know, gotta be ready for that. And I was not. I was not. You know, I've heard the horror stories from friends, of course, over the last like 20 or so years. But this is a really, really nice house, and it's like there's a lot that was done really well in this house. But this previous owner just really neglected the shit out of it, and you know, but hey, it's still a really nice house. It's just got a bunch of shit going on that needs to get fixed, and then once all that shit is fixed, I'm not even going to finish that sentence because I'm just going to jinx myself, because it's, you know, there's always the next thing. But no, this is still a wonderful house, and I absolutely love every minute of being here. And this is the price I pay, right? Like, you know, it's no free lunches in the world. So yeah, there's that. Also, I learned today that these drop ceiling tiles are fucking expensive. Jesus Christ. Also, of course, the Home Depots don't have the right ones. So, I don't know. But, yeah, I need to buy about a dozen of these goddamn things, and it's going to cost a fortune. But whatever. They are very soundproof. They make the basement here sound really good. So it's I'm just holding on to that for dear life. It's worth it because they make it sound good down here. Not because I have to replace them, but because they make it sound good down here. That makes me feel way better. Tiago Ramirez says, I can't stop laughing. CiottiFPV, it's all your fault. Why? What happened? It might be because of this. I'm going to put a link. I can't play it because I'll get copyright dinged, but there's a link in the chat that is going to make you poo-poo in your pants. So be ready for it. You're going to love it. It's my current favorite thing in the whole wide world. So click it, and you're going to love it. Ed K says, yo, happy Monday, Collective. Always do the vampire, friends. They've tested the best ways to cover your sneezes, and the best way is the vampire. So always do the vampire when you sneeze. Collective and CiottiFPV, how's everyone doing this evening? I'm okay, PJ. I'm all right. Tiago Ramos says the oh my god is engraved in my brain. Oh yeah, we were talking about that the other night. Oh my god. Ed K says purple grips for the win. They look awesome, don't they? The CiottiFPV purple grip tape. I don't know where the hell I don't know where anything is. Everything had to get shifted all around today. It's just everything is. My life is upside down yet again. Yeah, the CiottiFPV purple TweetFPV skateboard grip tape grips are fucking cool. It's just such a cool color. I absolutely love it. PJ says CiottiFPV tells me he doesn't freestyle much anymore and then starts his stream with a bang and rip. Shake my head. Yeah, I go out about once a month. Luckily, for many years, I flew freestyle 2 or 3 or 4 times a week, every week, and I saved all that footage. So I have about 3 terabytes of flight footage that I play at the beginning and ending of every streams. What I just played, though, was actually fairly recent. That was basically this month's me flying freestyle. I think it was like 3 weeks ago or so. Yeah, I'll try to get out again once next month. It's fine. You know, it's my priorities have shifted, and I get more of a buzz from flying cinematic gigs than I do from flying freestyle. And I get, for a while there, I was getting a couple cinematic gigs a week. Now I've been getting like 1 or 2 a month. So yeah, it's enough. I like hanging out with you guys. I was about to say I like building, but that's just a goddamn lie. I mainly just like hanging out with you guys and talking FPV. You know, I've flown a lot. I've flown probably thousands of hours over the last 6 years. And it's nice to take a break. It's also nice to be able to just throw my shit in my bag and go fly freestyle. You know, that's one of the coolest things about this hobby. It's like when I was into motorsport, it was like, okay, there's an autocross next weekend. I got to start prepping now. FPV is really cool, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna go fly in an hour from now. Let me throw all the batteries in the charger, pack a couple things up, out the door. And yeah, that's Best hobby in the world, yo. Daniel Harmon says, hey. Muddy Ertzkin says, this does not sound like GoPro noise, Insta360 or something else entirely. Session 5. I'm surprised that you say it doesn't sound like GoPro noise. Well, Metal, are you used to Hero 8, 9, 10s? The Session 5 has the best... They did something magical with the way that they... buried the microphone inside and made like a little tunnelway that goes to it, that on that when you put a Session 5 or 4, but the 5 I think is a little bit better than the 4, on a quad, it sounds exactly like the quad does in real life. Unless that was one of the ones. I do have a session where the microphone is broken, but I don't think it's that session. But yeah, the audio that I get out of the Session 5s is one of the things that I love the most about the Session 5s, to be completely honest. I know that sounds weird, but I like the sound that T-Motor F40 Pro 4s make, and the Pro 2s. To me, they're the sweetest sounding motors, especially with GemFan props. HQ props sound very grindy, very inefficient. But yeah, GemFan props with T-Motor F40 Pro 4s is a symphony, in my opinion, and the Session 5 captures that sound just perfectly. I hate the audio that comes out of all the Heroes. It's just awful, and all the other cameras, to be honest. The Insta360 is okay; it's still pretty bad. The Runcam Hybrid is absolutely worthless. Pretty much everything other than the DJI Action, I've heard the audio that comes out of that, and that doesn't sound really good either. Session 5 is a lot to love about that camera. I'm really stuck on them, which is fine because I have 5 and I'm about to have a 6th. Metal Ertzkin says, oh wait, we got that. Fargo252 says, just watched Flow State last night and it was awesome. Very cool. Yeah, great documentary. James did such a good job, my god, on both of the edits. He's edited that thing twice now. He edited it once for Netflix as a 3-episode series, and then he recut it for a 2-hour movie. And both edits of it are goddamn brilliant. He is just such a talented editor. A Cable says, hey, Tiago Ramos says, so you got a new inside pool? Yeah, basically. Justin the Guy says, bought my first home 2 years ago. Know your pains well. Flooded our main floor a week after new floors installed. Same thing, dishwasher. Yeah, man, what I don't like is that all day I've been like second guessing having my desk here now, because like this isn't going to be the last time that the dishwasher fucks up or the sink overflows or whatever. But the wall is painted fucking red and purple behind me, so I don't have much of a choice. What I could do though is I could take this desk that's like this right now, and I could rotate it 90 degrees. And that would get me out of the waterfall zone. That would get more of the desk out of the waterfall zone. But I don't know. I'm gonna maybe look into, like, I'm sure there is no such thing, but like some kind of a plastic guard that I can put up there at an angle or something like that, so that it at least pushes the water over towards the door and away from, you know, thousands of dollars of electronics. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it didn't get on the computer. It was like 6 inches from the Mac Mini, which is the scariest thing, and about 6 inches from 8 terabytes of hard drives with all the flight footage on them. So yeah, I'm a little creeped out, but I'll get over it, and then it'll happen again, and I'll have an excuse to buy all new gear, I guess. Aaron FPV says, my dog knocked over a 5-gallon water bottle that exploded and got my FPV back wet last night. Jesus Christ. Not quite as bad as it, just required lots of towels. Jesus. Bob Noxious says, what's up, Collective and CiottiFPV? Hey, this is a giveaway stream tonight, by the way. 4 giveaways. 4 giveaways tonight. 3 of the giveaways are for patrons. Head on over to CiottiFPV.com. Check out the beautiful new layout that I'm probably going to change. It's okay. I don't know. I don't love it, but yeah, join my Patreon on either the $5, $10, or $20 a month tiers. The $5 a month tier gets you entered to win tinywhoop and toothpick stuff. The $10 a month tier enters you to win 3-inch micro brushless and or cinewhoop stuff. The $20 a month tier enters you to win 5-inch parts. You know, those tiers are priced because the stuff gets more expensive as you go up. Or if you want to be an ultra supporter and see me, you know, continue to do this kind of stuff, and get health insurance and eat lots of food, there's a $30 a month tier that'll put you into all the giveaways. So if you fly everything, you can be entered to win. And to be really honest, those folks that are on the $30 a month tier, they win a lot. Like we see their names pretty often because they're in 3 times as many of the giveaways. So to some extent, it pays for itself a little bit. Not really, but you know, you guys know how gambling works. It can't possibly pay for itself because then the person doing the setting it up would go broke. Tiago Ramos says new houses are the same. Well, that's good to hear. I like that. Wait. Okay, hold on. Man, this fucking mouse scroll wheel is just killing me. Absolutely. I can't believe that 2 mice in a row from completely different manufacturers have done the exact same thing. Where the hell was I? Damn it. There we go. Bob Noxious says, what's up, Collective and CiottiFPV? Bob, how you feeling, brother? I have a feeling that you're, how many times can I say the word feeling? I think that you're probably on the mend at this point, right? You feeling normal yet? There it is again. Brandon's Baked Bean says, homeownership was really nice, but mortgage literally means death pact. If you break up the word to its Latin roots, they're not hiding the fact. Daniel Harmon says, the guy that installed our dishwasher over-tightened the fill line and it leaked for months before we noticed, ruined the lower cabinets. Ugh. That blows. Tiago Ramos says, new houses are the same. Yeah, I have not had that happen before. I have not had, I have not paid someone to come do something and had them screw it up. That's gonna make me scream. Because it's like, if I wanted this screwed up, I would have just done it. Right? Like, I'm paying you to not screw it up. But I'm sure it's coming. Kevin Sumner says, Hugh Garcia, cool. If you're looking for help, drop into Ciotti's Discord. Info over at CiottiFPV.com. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, lots of brilliant people over on my Discord. To get full access to the Discord, you got to give me 10 cents a day by joining the Patreon. But there is a good chunk of the Discord that is free to play. Hey, speaking of the Patreon only part of the Discord, one of the text channels over there is called Dickens. In the Dickens channel, you can get a box of every single M3 or M4 stick end that exists on the internet right now sent to you. So that you can try them out, figure out which one you like the best, and then you send me this kit back, you buy the one that you like the best, and then you didn't waste your money on a stick end that doesn't work for your fingers. Both of the kits went out a couple of months ago. They went to like 15, 20 different people, and they've both arrived back here. The M3 kit is about to go back out. Your transmitter, whatever transmitter you've got, is probably either M3 or M4. There are a couple transmitters that are M2.5. Sucks to be you. I'm not buying all the M2.5 stick ends. I spent a fortune on all of these M3 and M4 stick ends. Luckily, a bunch of these folks in chat went ballistic and pretty much covered what I paid, which was amazing. There was a little bidding war. Because basically it was donation-based. You had to donate at least $3 to cover the shipping. The more you donated, the earlier on the list you got them, the stick ends. So Kevin Sumner, and I forget who the other person was, got into a bidding war because they, you know, it was for funsies, but they wanted to get them first. And yeah, luckily they covered the cost of it because my God, it ended up costing me way more than I thought. I thought it was going to cost me like $100, maybe $120. there's a lot of stick ends out there, and they're all like $10 or $15 or $20. So it ended up costing me like $300 or $400 or $500 to buy all the stick ends. But every single person that got a kit of the stick ends was like, "Yo, this is incredible! Like, it's like the only way to figure out which ones work for your specific radio, your specific grip, right? Your specific pinching method, is to have them all." And there are a lot of them that don't work, and that's where this idea came from. I bought like a set of stick ends and then another set, and neither one of them worked on the QX7. I mean, they worked, but I couldn't get the sticks to the corners. They hit the bezel on the QX7, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I just wasted like $30-something, and then a lightning bolt hit my brain, and I was like, well, if I buy them all, I bet you there's a bunch of people that'll get in on this with me. And sure as shit, you guys came through. So yeah, the M3 kit is about to go back out. If you want to get in on this, hurry up, because I don't want to make one of the guys that that was on the list for the M4 kit. It turned out that he had an M3. His transmitter had M3 gimbals. So this is going out to him, and I would love to throw a couple. What I do is I put everybody that's going out to. I print all the labels out. On adhesive backed labels, and I just number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first person gets the box, and they have a stack of labels, and they take label number 2, and they put that on the outside of the box. It goes to the next person. They open it up. They take label number 3, smack it on the box, goes to the next person. So yeah, I would love to do this again. I would love to not just send this to one person. So if your transmitter has M3 stick ends, it'll only cost you a couple of dollars to get on the list and get to try out every single M3 stick end that exists
in the world.
Not in the world, but on the internet right now in 2022. That's in stock too. There were a bunch that weren't in stock. It took me months to get all of the stick ends in, because a lot of them were not in stock, and I didn't want to leave them out. So yeah, it took a good amount of work to put this together, but super fucking worth it, man. What a cool little thing. Zach Lothamer says, are they 2x2 or 2x4 tiles? They are a 2x2. Vitrafly says, what's up, dude? Best AIO for 3.5 in stock. I will not recommend an AIO. AIOs are awful. Although the Acon AIO has been somewhat okay. It's been completely fine, but AIOs are a bad idea. Having your gyro on the same ground plane, or whatever the hell it's called, as the ESC is a horrible idea. Having all of your motor wires and your battery leads connected to the same PCB that gyro is on is a terrible idea. So yeah, AIOs are awful. Also, when anything breaks, you got to replace the entire thing, so they cost you twice as much money. So yeah, AIOs are the worst. But if you have to buy an AIO, the Acon is the only one to buy. So yeah, but when, not if, it blows up, I told you. Brandon's Baked Bean says Bones mic audio is unusable. I didn't pay attention to that when I was borrowing Brain 3D's Bones. But that's good to know. Justin the guy says maybe some plastic drop cloth above the ceiling. You know, that's what I was thinking, Justin, but then what I quickly realized is, like, that's going to collect all the water if it does leak again, and then it's a huge just pool of water that God knows what happens, which might not be good. And then B, I was like, is that going to, like, do something weird with, like, airflow? Like, I just had I had that thought, and then I was like, I'm sure that's a bad idea. Right? Because, like, if it was a good idea, wouldn't they just do that? Like, just in general, all the time? Right? So yeah, I don't know, but maybe it is a good idea. I don't know. I just always, whenever I have an idea, I very quickly go like, that's probably the worst idea in the world, and then I overthink it and shoot it down, and welcome to being me. Danzilla says, hey, collective and CiottiFPV, aka aka MC Gangles. Kiz Bartlett says, just put a makeshift plastic slide under it at an angle. It can double up as something to disarm on and slide down. Aaron FPV says, get a water leak sensor so you know if it happens. It's actually a good idea. And weirdly, My mom came to visit us a week or two ago, and she brought this little frog. It's exactly, that's a water sensor. It looks like a little frog and just needs batteries. I was gonna put it over in the garage or in this bathroom here, right over there with the broken ejaculation pump. But putting that shit under the sink upstairs is actually a better idea, because there's more money on this table. Like, if that bathroom over there or the garage flood horribly, it'll ruin this carpet, which is like brand new carpet, but the price of redoing this carpet is much less than replacing all of these electronics on this desk. So it actually makes a lot more sense to have that little water sensor up under the sink upstairs. Tiago says, just buy a big umbrella, problem solved, done. I just buy a big ass like golfing umbrella, put it up there, open it up, and just cut the fucking handle off, and just good to go. Bob Knox is dropping the Patreon link. Thank you, homie. B-Man says, what's up? CiottiFPV, what's up? What's up, fam? Zoe Tech is in the house. He says, good evening and LOLOL. For anybody that doesn't know, Zoe Tech is We Bleed FPV. They sent me their new gates, their new tinywhoop gates that just came out, and they are so sick. They are like the nicest gates
in the world.
They are really, really staggeringly well made. So if you want like the most bougie gates, We Bleed FPV's got your back, and they've got the best BT 2.0 batteries.
In the world.
And all kinds of other stuff. Great shop, run by a great team, and get your asses over to We Bleed FPV. The tinywhoop giveaway tonight is actually sponsored by We Bleed FPV, and you'll see why once we do the giveaways, usually at around 11 o'clock, so half an hour, 45 minutes from now. Bob Knox just tagged me and said, I'm getting better, but at the moment, I'm having a rough evening. That sucks, brother. Hopefully I can make it a little bit better, maybe? Because remember,
諦めんなよ諦めんなお前どうしてそこでやめるんだそこでもう少し頑張ってみろよダメやめ諦めたら周りのことを思うよ応援してる人たちのことを思ってみろってあともうちょっとのところなんだから俺だってこのマイナス10度のところしじみが取れるって頑張ってんだよ絶対やってみろ必ず目標達成できるだからこそNever give up.
Glenn Burnett says, thanks for doing the dick ends. You're certainly welcome, my friend. It was my pleasure to do the dick ends. Jesse Garcia says, sorry to hear about your house troubles. Hanging there, dude. It gets easier. You sold me on the Patreon. Just up my sub on Patreon. Thank you, Jesse. Very, very cool of you, my man. Let me actually get my email up here so that I can see any new folks that join, because I like to give people shout outs that join the Patreon. It really means a lot. The Patreon is literally like why I'm able to do this full time. So it's a really big deal that any of you join for any amount of money, like the $3 tier, the $30 tier, the fucking $100 tier. It is all super, super, super appreciated. And you know, you guys did that. Like, you guys are literally the reason that I'm still here and I'm still doing this, and that's a really big deal. So thank you guys. It's pretty rad. Marcel Alfaxis says, "What's on those whoops?" LOL. What do you mean? Hey, by the way, so I did a Patreon only live stream after the regular live stream yesterday, and we built this. I think we built this on that live stream. I don't recall. But we built this. This is an attempt at the ultimate 75mm tinywhoop. And I did it. So no, we built this on the regular live stream yesterday. What I did on the Patreon only live stream was to convert these Emax 300 mAh batteries, 1S, that I talked to Quad 66 about, and he was telling me in one of his videos, he was mentioning that GNB used to have a 300 mAh battery that was really good, and it was this size and this shape, right? The 75 millimeter rigs have a wide battery bay. Sure, they used to sell a little foam insert so that you could then run a skinny battery, but I have not seen that foam insert in forever, and I don't have one. So, you know, this battery fits in here properly. But then GNB stopped making it, and I found these, and I was like, yo, you think this might be it? And he said, I think it might be, but I've never bought one to figure it out. The problem with these is they come with GNB 27, which I don't trust. I like BT 2.0 better. Nobody with BT 2.0 has said that they've plugged the battery in and nothing has happened, and that's an issue with the GNB 27s. Apparently it's a tolerance problem. The tolerances are not quite what they need to be. BT 2.0, that doesn't really seem to be an issue at all. So yeah, I converted this over to BT 2.0 on the Patreon only stream yesterday, and then I put it on the charger. Well, the stream ended before I pulled it off the charger. After the stream, I had to know, so I put this into this rig, and holy shit. So I was comparing it. Previously, I'd been running these BetaFPV 450s, which have BT 2.0 installed, and I was also running. I've also run the GNB 380s. It's a yellow battery with pH 2.0, and I've never converted any of those over to BT 2.0 either. I am gonna take those 380s. I'm gonna buy a new 380, and I'm gonna convert it to BT 2.0 so I can compare it to this 300. These 450s are the easy button because they already have the BT 2.0 on them, but they're heavy as hell because they're a 450. So like, and I don't care about runtime on a tinywhoop. It takes 3 seconds to swap the battery out, and a lighter battery is gonna fly so much better. This is ridiculous. This battery on this rig is fucking bananas. So this is a Mob 6 base. Mob 6 ELRS base, moved onto a Mob 7 version 4 frame with the tinywhoop hex, which is the same as the Happy Model EX 0802, 30,000 kV motors on the 1.6 inch bi-blades, and my god, this thing rails. It's actually a bit much, even up in the living room, even up in the gigantic living room with 20 plus foot ceilings. I had that same thought about the 0802 25,000 kV motors when they first came out on the old ULTMATE freestyle 65 millimeter tinywhoop, which is a newbie drone base. And eventually I got used to those 0802 25,000 kV motors. So I have to assume that eventually I'll get used to these. The main problem that I'm having is they make so much power that the hover point is very low in the throttle. That can be not fixed, but definitely improved upon with Throttle Expo. I already have Throttle Expo on, but I have the midpoint of the Throttle Expo set a little bit too high. So that'll help. Once I figure out that midpoint, the Throttle Expo midpoint, that'll definitely help. And to be honest, I might actually take a little bit of RPM out. I might motor limit it a little bit because it's just mayhem. But for the first time ever, yeah, I'm kind of digging the way a 75 millimeter rig flies. All that being said, it's still too heavy. It's still too heavy for indoor flying. A Mob 6 ELRS with the 0702 30,000 kV tinywhoop motors, which are now sold out, on a Beta 65 frame is still better. It's just lighter. And inside the house, if you want to fly proper freestyle, not tinywhoop freestyle, it has to weigh nothing. And it's tough because you can, so, you know, the best setup that I've found is this, and I would love to make this lighter, but a part of freestyle is crashing all the time really hard, and I cannot find a single way to lose weight on this without sacrificing durability. This is the perfect mix of durability and lightweight. So this might be it. I mean, I probably said that when those 0802 25,000s came out and I put them on the newbie drone rig. I probably said the same thing. But I don't know, man. These 0702s seem to be the perfect stator volume for these bi-blade 1.2 inch props. This canopy is like as minimal as possible while still being strong. I've got the shortest little singularity antenna tucked up inside. I guess technically speaking, I could switch this out with one of the new tinywhoop True RC antennas. I think that'll save me maybe like half a gram. Which on a rig that's this lightweight is a big deal. So I'll probably try one of those antennas. This camera, this Runcam Nano 3, it's not going to get any lighter than this camera. It's just, you know, the bi-blade props, they're not going to get any lighter. I guess maybe if they try an 0602, but I think this 0702 is exactly there. I've flown these exact props on an 0802 motor, and there was a definite decrease in response time, and the PID loop did work just a little bit better, which means that these 0702s are on the edge. Like, they are the bare minimum of stator volume to properly control this weight and drag of a propeller. So yeah, I have and 30,000 kV is a whole hell of a lot. So I hope somebody comes out with a 32,000 kV motor. I would love to give that a try, but I kind of doubt it because these 30,000s are really hard on the AIO. So I don't know, man. Tiny whoops have come an awful long way, and at some point, you know, like with 5-inch rigs, right? Like 2 or so years ago, 5-inch rigs, in terms of their performance getting better and better and better, really plateaued pretty hard. And for the last couple of years, like, tons of new shit has come out, but it hasn't really flown much better. The flight improvements have come from the flight firmware, mainly. We've had a couple little increases in durability, but not really, to be honest. It's more, like, yeah. I mean, my glide builds are 2-year-old builds, and I've yet to find anything that's better. So yeah, there's been a hell of a plateau with 5-inch rigs. Probably more than 2 years ago, to be honest. It's probably about 3 years ago that like the big gains in performance just kind of stopped, which is a good thing, right? That means that the R&D cycle has done its job, and you know. So yeah, but I am kind of blown away by how good this thing flies. I wish I could show you guys tonight, but it's just a hot fucking mess down here, and everyone is asleep upstairs. So you gotta come back on Whoop Wednesday, 8 o'clock or maybe earlier. YouTube has a new analytic that shows you what time of day your subscribers are on, and it's 4 or 5 o'clock Eastern for me. So I might shift Whoop Wednesdays to 5 o'clock Eastern, and maybe even the Friday streams to 5 o'clock Eastern. We'll see. But I don't know if I'm ready to do that quite yet this week. We'll see. But yeah, Wednesday, you'll get a notification. If you're a patron, you'll get an email notification. You'll get a Facebook group notification. You'll get a Discord notification in all 3 spots. A lot of people join the Patreon for 10 whole cents a day just to get notifications, since YouTube's notifications setup is just broken. You know, like, click the bell all you want, but it's just broken. So yeah, that's what's on the Tiny Whoops, my friend. Abraham says, I'd like to apologize to everyone that I got the dick ends. To everyone that got the dick ends after me. I took the rip sticks because I thought that was the assignment, because I'm dumb sometimes. That's not true, Aber. You thought that was the assignment because that's what the assignment was. Originally, the plan was to charge more to get the stick ends, and then whichever one is your favorite, you kept it, and then you sent the rest to the next person. At some point, I realized that that's kind of silly. I can charge less to get on the list, and then you just buy whichever one you want. And you know, after I changed that and changed the rules, Abraham just didn't see a live stream that I explained that. So it's not your fault, brother. It's all good. It was only that one set that didn't go to the, and I think you were not like the first person to get them, so it wasn't like everybody missed out. I think only like maybe 2 people after you missed out. So it's all good, brother. There's plenty of other stick ends in there to choose from. GrizzFPV says, what's up? B-Man says, deep down, Ciotti loves AIOs. Less true words have yet to be spoken. Zach Lothamer says, you might look into buying half the number of 2x4s and cut them down in half. Might save you some money. Oh, I wish, man. So, of course, these tiles are the ones that have they're recessed. So if this is the metal rod thing, the tile drops down below it, which I like that because it looks really cool. It really looks better. In the garage, there are the regular flat tiles that sit above the metal rails, but here in the basement, they got the premium ones, and it really does look way better. Like it's, you know, usually drop ceilings like just look like a fucking office, but these are much fancier. It's, you know what it is? It's 3-dimensional. There's a little bit of 3-dimensionality to it. I think it's the grand plan, I think, down here. So originally there's like white linoleum or whatever tiles below the carpet. And one of my thoughts, so I got like this whole like mid-century mod kind of vibe going on from, you know, my apartment, and now here in the basement where all my stuff from my apartment is. And one of my original plans, if we were not going to do the carpet, was going to be to rip up half of the white linoleum tiles and replace them with black to do checkerboard across the entire basement floor. But then, like, I love carpet, and for sound, carpet is better, and whatever. I'm thinking about doing that on the ceiling, taking out half of these ceiling tiles and spraying them bitches black, and have like a checkerboard ceiling thing going on. I'm gonna Photoshop it first because it might look stupid, but yeah, the ceiling tiles are already pretty cool looking, and my God, did they do a good job cutting down dealing with the sound reflections. It's really amazing. I didn't realize that about them. I thought I didn't realize they were acoustic tiles. Some of them are. You don't have to. You can get ones that aren't acoustic, but these ones down here with the little holes and the little slots and all the texture in them, yeah, these are, they do a great job with acoustics. Justin the Guy says, if it's a dumb idea but it works, was it really a dumb idea? Maybe. If it can't just work, it has to be good. Danzilla says, CiottiFPV, get a big lighting umbrella right over your desk. I do. I am gonna figure I do need to put a big light right above my desk as a hair light, and it might actually end up being an umbrella. The problem with umbrellas is they do not do a good job controlling the light. Umbrellas just shoot light out in all directions, and I don't want. That's not what I want. That basically what that would do is it would put a lot of white light on all the stuff back behind me, and I'm trying to avoid that. So yeah, it probably won't be an umbrella. Some umbrella, like bounce umbrellas, technically you can get a grid for them, but at that point, I think what I'm going to do is just get a third one of these nice flat LED panels, and just figure out a way to hang it. It's got like Velcro around the edges, and just hang it down, run the power cord up down the wall, and be good to go. Because these are pretty cheap. A lot of the LED panels can get absurdly expensive, but I found these incredibly cheap. They're actually roll up. You take it all apart and you can roll the LED part up and pack it into like a little bag, but then it unfolds to be like, they're big, man. They're 60 by 90, I think. 60 millimeters by 90 millimeters. I think that's what they are. Might be 60 centimeters. No, 60 centimeters is Yeah, no, they're 60 centimeters by 90 centimeters. Yeah, they're big. And I have 2 of them right now. Sleepy CBR says, look up roof leak diverter. Is that really a thing? Nice. Hold on. If I don't type it into a browser, I won't remember. All right, there's a, look at that. Okay. Good call, brother. What else is going on here in the chat? Zoe Tech says, thanks, much appreciated. You're certainly welcome, brother. Good work and good products will always get talked about well by me. People that make good stuff, I just have such a love for. Bob Noxus says, thank you, CiottiFPV. That was amazing. You're certainly welcome, brother. PJ says, I'm channeling CiottiFPV's madness right now as this client drives me up the wall. Ed K says, since you're in the basement, plan on possible water pooling from a leak, so don't leave stuff directly on the floor, on the carpet. Try and have everything 2 or 3 inches off the ground. Yeah, I do. I know that. I've learned that lesson the hard way. I try to keep stuff. That's why I have a lot of these IKEA shelves, to be honest with you, because they just get stuff a couple inches up, and they're cheap. You know, like this cube here. What's happening with this? Well, I guess in all the chaos, the camera got kicked around. This guy here, this is huge, man. Like, look at this thing. The IKEA 4x4 is absolutely gigantic. Look at it. I'm standing right next to it. It's like up to here on me, and it's like less than $100. And then they've got like down here is a 2x4, 2 tall, 4 wide. And then over there is a 2x2. These little 2x2s like $30, yo. They're so good. So yeah, IKEA shelves are just my absolute favorite. You can get a whole bunch of them for cheap, and man, is it nice to have a whole bunch of them. Zoe Tech says, we have a WB 450 MAH BT 2.0 with pigtail coming soon. Ooh, nice. Well, 450 is going to be a little bit too big for my lightweight loving ass, but what's WB? WB. Oh, we bleed. Got it. Is it folded cell or rolled cell? That I think that this Emax, it's really, I'm pretty sure it's a GNB 300. I think this is folded cell because Jesus Christ, the performance difference between this and these 450s is wild. And with more MAH, usually comes more responsibility. No! Wait, that's the wrong one. Oh, it's gonna glitch out again now. Hold on. Wait. With more MAH, typically comes better flight performance. Better, like when you hit the battery real hard, full throttle, a higher MAH battery will sag less, typically. But good lord, is that not the situation between these two batteries? So I have a funny feeling that this is a folded cell battery, much like the WeBleed FPV 300s and the Tattoo BT 2.0 300s and the Newbie Drone PH 2.0 Nitro Nectar Golds, which are all made by the same company, I'm sure. I'm not sure, but it's pretty obvious. Aaron FPV says, what's the weight without battery? That's a good question. It's what is it, I think it's 2 grams heavier than the than this little guy. That can't be. So this, which is the best tiny whoop in all the land, 65 0702s 30,000 kV, is 19.7, just as a comparison point. This big bastard is, yeah, it's a lot more, but it's very light for a 75, 23.3 without the battery. But then, man, it's incredible. Like this battery is so much lighter than this 450. This battery is 8.5 grams, even with the little lead on it, and then this 450 is 12.7. So like the flight, man, the difference in this rig between these two batteries is really kind of absurd. and it's just great. But yeah, this is still a little bit too heavy. The fact that it's got the bigger propellers, I'm sure it helps a little bit, but it doesn't help much. The bigger the propellers, the bigger the frame, the bigger the parachute. So when we're talking about like flying inside, one of the reasons why flying tiny whoops inside the house is so difficult, and most people can't even do it on acro, and they can only do it on angle mode, is that when you go and fly outside, regardless of what you're flying, the gaps that you shoot and like the obstacles in your way are like many feet apart, usually like 10 plus feet apart. When you come inside, your hallway is like, what, 2.5 feet, 3 feet wide, and then so it's like it's hard to even get down the hallway. Like, it's not the size and the weight and the amount of slide that occurs with tiny whoops is not like proportional to like a 5-inch rig, with the difference in the size of where you live versus outside. So yeah, trying to fly tiny whoops in acro really hard inside the house is extremely difficult. But it is doable. You just have to follow the right formula, and I've broken that formula down for you guys. It's still very difficult though. These rigs are still incredibly hard to fly. But yeah, so that's what's going on there. This thing outside, even with 10 extra grams, would fly totally fine. But bring it in the house and try to do Matty flips and like big inverted stalls and like power loop from one gate to the other gate that's, 10 feet away. Good fucking luck. But, that's what I'm hell-bent on doing and have been doing for the last like 8 or so months. And so, yeah. Grain of salt is that I'm trying to do things that not many people are doing with tiny whoops. If you don't care to do those things, then you don't have to be as insane as I am about weight with these things. But it's doable, and it's incredibly fun. And like anybody that's been on a Whoop Wednesday for the last 8 months that I've flown, like, has gotten to see me absolutely lose my mind over and over and over again with how absurdly, like, it's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing to be able to take a fucking quad in your house and do shit that, like, yeah, it's just wild. It's wild. YouTube is just scrolling to the bottom over and over again tonight, and then my mouse scroll wheel goes to hell all the time too, so it's like double. Danzilla says play CiottiFPV down. I can't, I'll get copyright dinged, but I dropped the link in chat earlier. Here's the link again. Everybody needs to click this. You're gonna laugh your ass off. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Athix says the furniture of my people, lol, the shelves, hell yeah. Zoe Tech says always folded. Awesome. Zoe Tech, what? How many does chat have to order for you to make a 300 mAh wide this? Which, if you're ordering from GNB, they've already made. So I think. Well, no, GNB has for sure already made a 300 mAh battery that looks just like this one. That apparently there's like one store in Europe that sells them, but you can't get them in the US. I am super sure that this is that same battery, but how many would we need to order to get a run of these in 300 like this without the Emax label, with BT 2.0? Because this battery only comes with GNB 27, and it is a little sketchy to switch this from GNB 27 over to BT 2.0. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be last night, but it's not something that everybody's going to be able to do, or are going to be interested in doing, to be honest. But yeah, chat, how many people would be into that? I think GNB's minimums are not very high, but I don't know what it takes to get good prices from them. Michael Blade says, hey buddy. What's up, homie? Michael Blade also says, that's your niche. Certainly is. B-Man says, the prime rib roast minister visited Washington today, and my tiny little nipples went to France. Oh, God. What's that from? Is that from the movie with those two Irish gunmen? Oh, what the fuck is that from? Zoe Tech says, I would need a sample. Oh. Bruce Almighty, that's what it's from. Good call, Kiz. Athix says that link was worth it. I know, right? Here it is again. It's that good that I'm going to paste it again. Would you need a sample, like, from, like, you need me to send you one of these, or you would need a sample from GNB, or whoever you're ordering from? Ciotti of a down, yeah, indeed. Alright, so, hey, look at that, it's 11 o'clock. We can either jump into the giveaways, or we can put an Express LRS receiver onto this newbie drone tinywhoop. Type giveaway for giveaway. Fuck it, we're doing the giveaways. I already know you guys are gonna. We're doing the giveaways. Alright, so I'm still on one monitor. I do have the adapter that I need coming from eBay though. Kiz Bartlett says, I agree with how fun whoops are indoors. I spent months learning acro but when I first started flying FPV, but it gets easier when you understand how things behave indoors. It's true. It's very true. I need to, yeah, so you're just going to have to stare at me. So if you want to get in on the first 3 giveaways, you got to join the Patreon, like, right now. CiottiFPV.com, click the Patreon button, away you go. But you got to do it, like, absolutely right now. I am Gross 98 says, do you think a 300 mAh would fit in the Mob 7 battery tray, or it wouldn't matter, just use a rubber band? So if you're talking about this 300 mAh battery, then yep, it absolutely does. If you're talking about the skinny 300 mAh batteries, they fit in there, but then they wobble all around. They used to sell a little piece of foam that went into this size battery bay that would shrink it down to this. I have not seen that little piece of foam in fucking eons, and I had one at one point, and it's gone. So hey, if any of you guys have that little foam piece and you don't want it, hook a brother up. But this shape battery is better because it's not as long. This long battery, technically speaking, puts more weight on the pitch axis and less weight on the roll axis. And one of the great things about tinywhoops is how incredibly balanced they are, front, back, left, and right. So this is technically a better battery size in terms of flight performance, so I would love to get. And, you know, you can order these. This is the old school Nanohawk battery. And it's not that bad switching the BT 2.0 over. So if I decide to stick with this rig, I will just get a bunch of these and just switch the connectors over. It's not that bad. But, yeah. Hopefully that answers your question. Zoe Tech says, would need to send to my manufacturer, or someone send me the link to them. Okay, I can do that for you. Or I can send you one of these that I put the BT 2.0 on, either or. Here, let me put the link in the chat right now, because it's just Nano Hawk 300 mAh battery. And alright, here you go. Here's the link in chat to Emax's listing of it. But you can get them all over the place. Okay. Here we go. Glenn Burnett says, 5 p.m. Eastern will cut out everyone that works a semi-normal job central to further west. Yeah, that's on the stream yesterday, on the Patreon stream. That's what I was kind of talking about. I don't want to punish people that are on the West Coast. But yeah, I mean, the analytics don't lie. So what we were talking about is that the analytics show all the subscribers, not the subscribers that are currently like into this, right? Like you subscribe to somebody's channel, if you lose interest in 6 months, you don't go back and unsubscribe, you just stay subscribed forever. So yeah, I don't want to out the people that are currently you know, like fans or whatever watching, but I do want to try to blow this channel up a little bit more and get a little bit more folks in the chat and a little bit more subs and a little bit more action. So yeah, I don't know, it's I've had to start thinking about this again because I'm not getting flying gigs nearly as much. I'm only getting like 1 or 2 a month right now, and so yeah, I gotta replace that income somehow, and unfortunately the easiest way to do that is to actually look at your analytics and do something about it. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe it'll be like an every other week thing, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Luckily there will be plenty of live streams. You know, the Monday night at 10 o'clock live stream is never going to change. Sunday at 3 o'clock is never going to change. I mean, unless Joshua stops doing his, right? And then, so yeah, there's going to be at least 1 or 2. And to be honest, Friday will probably not change either, because I love streaming at 7 until 9 and then sending you guys off to Bot. Like, that just feels good. It feels like Bot and I are kind of like working together in a weird way. So yeah, I doubt that the Friday stream will change, but the Wednesday night stream might be a little bit earlier. Fair warning. Metal Dirtson says Flywoo makes those in 350 mAh GNB 27. I'm trying to test them on my 75mm. You sure it's not 380, Metal Dirtskin? I didn't know if it has a GNB. Oh, of course this is a fucking GNB battery. It has a goddamn GNB 27 on it. Well, no, I think GNB said that they will sell. That connector to other manufacturers, but let's be fucking honest, this is a goddamn GNB battery for sure. I have not seen a GNB 350. That's interesting. Quad66 though, he said that these 300s, he's tested all these wide batteries, and he said that the GNB 300 it's like a thing. It's a very special thing, which might be why they stopped making them. Like, maybe it was really expensive. Maybe they lost money on them or something like that, you know? I don't know. Who the hell knows? All right, let's do some giveaways. You're just going to have to look at my big silly face while I'm doing it, because the adapter for this big, beautiful 27-inch Mac monitor has not shown up quite yet. Hold on. I gotta find that window. There it is. And all right, so hold on. The stream might get a little. Yo, it is cold down here. The carpet fan is blowing a breeze right up my shorts. The other fan is also moving air under the desk, and then the air conditioner is on just absolute full banana big dick and Nancy. I don't know where Nancy came from. But Erickson says, now that I look at it, Flywoo seems to be out of them. Maybe they discontinued and we're blowing them out cheap. Well, that sucks. You know what's cool about the 75mm rigs? This right here. I gotta let you guys in on a little secret. Now, that's on a felt surface. Imagine it on like a desk, on your desk surface. Woo! And now it finally stopped. That's fun. Woo! Okay. Alright, that's good to go. So, let's get some CSVs. If you haven't joined the Patreon yet, you're not getting it on tonight's giveaways, but you will get it on 2 weeks from now's giveaways. So join it whenever you'd like. Alright. Here we go with the $5 a month lovelies. And here we go with the $10 a month lovelies. Come on. There you go. And here are the $20 a month beautiful people. Come on. There we go. All right, FPV raffle. And here are the $30 and up a month folks. And you wonderful, crazy people are going to go on to all 3 of the giveaways. Submit, submit, and submit. This FPV raffle randomizer that I'm using that you're about to see in a second is made by CiottiFPV. Here is a link to it. Anybody can use it. He made it for everyone. There you guys go. If you need a randomizer, if you need the coolest FPV randomizer ever, CiottiFPV made it for you. All right, let me make sure there's nothing weird showing here. Oh man, I'm in such a fight with with my old apartment complex. They're trying to keep my entire security deposit and charge me $300 more because of a bunch of bullshit that has nothing to do with me, and it's just, they're just being such assholes. I was dealing with a person that works in the office, and then I started dealing with her boss. I was like, you're an idiot. Who's your boss? And now her boss is being an idiot, and now I just got the information for her boss. Unbelievable. This apartment was one of the worst experiences I've ever had. I was renting for over 20 years, and this is hands down the most disrespected I've ever been. Just like the worst, top to bottom, the worst experience I've ever had renting an apartment. They're just total scumbags. And I'm just such a stubborn motherfucker that I will continue to piss time away screaming, yelling about this. I am getting pretty close to giving up, though, if I'm completely honest, because I have put a lot of time into this by now, but my stubbornness is still holding out. All right, here we go, friends. Here's the first one. And first up, we've got the tinywhoop and toothpick tier, sponsored by We Bleed FPV. They fucking bleed it. They bleed quads, guys. They cut themselves, and fucking tinywhoops just come pouring out of the wound. It's crazy. Sponsored by We Bleed FPV because I'm giving away their hot sauce. They sent me 2 sets of their gates and 2 of their hot sauces. My stomach will not stand for hot sauce anymore. Maggie loves this, though. I actually tried it. It's really good. So I'm keeping the 1 bottle for Maggie and the kids, but this other bottle, by the time we get through that first bottle, this one will be, you know, on like not good anymore. But this is really good stuff. It's very garlicky, and it's really not that hot, but it has peppers in it, and my stomach just absolutely cannot deal with peppers. So yeah, this is the big item in this giveaway. This is awesome. We've got a Brain 3D little keychain. Beautiful, like, full color 3D printing. I've never seen anything like it. We've got one of the little newbie drone canopies that holds the fancy cameras. We've got a little UFL whip antenna. We've got a Flywoo ELRS module that doesn't work. Although apparently, so Flywoo and JHEMCU put out a whole bunch of these Express LRS receivers that the antennas are out of spec. Apparently, you can just break the ceramic antenna off and solder a little piece of wire to it and maybe get it to work. Or you can throw it in the goddamn garbage, which is what I had originally done, but then I thought, maybe somebody could do something with it. So there you go. This is not a real thing, but, you know, hey, maybe. If not, throw it away. That's what I was going to do. And look at this, a little Happy Model sandal. A little XT60 with 4S lead to PH 2.0 parallel board. Look at that. This comes with the Mob7 ELRS, but I've already got one of these, so one of you guys can. These are actually really nice to have. Like, if you have tiny whoops and you don't have either this one or the fractal one, get one. They're really, really cool. It's the only way that you can check your internal resistances on your tiny whoop batteries. And being able to charge your tiny whoop batteries from your big boy charger is really nice. Hey, by the way, the excrement extractor, the evacuation pump fund has changed names again because my dad did a super chat, or my dad did a PayPal and suggested this name. So if you want to change the name of this fund, all you got to do is a $5 or more super chat and suggest a funny name, and I'll type it in there, and I'll add 5 to that number, and I'll be a little bit closer to having a working commode in the basement. We're below grade. I'm below grade in the basement here, so there needs to be a pump to pump the shit and piss up to the regular pipes, and that pump has shit the bed. See what I did there? You'll love to see it. Let's pick a winner, you dirty bastards. Here it is. Somebody's gonna win a bunch of tiny whoop stuff, and that person's name is not gonna get blown away. Let's see who it is. Renee Stavernick is still on the right. Nope, he's gone. UAV Tech, look at that. Hell yeah. UAV Tech wins a bunch of tiny whoop stuff. Ooh, I get to ship Mark some stuff. That is awesome. Support your friends, yo. Support your friends. I've been I subscribe to a shitload of people on Patreon. It's really cool, man. It makes such a difference, and it just feels really good. So yeah, subscribe to everybody on Patreon. It's great. Mark Spatz is getting some tiny whoop stuff and some hot sauce. Very cool. I'm not gonna tell him. I'm just gonna mail it to him. And that's one of my favorite things about these giveaway wins, is that I know a lot of people are not on the live stream when they win. And I'll get these messages like, "Holy shit, I won! That's super cool! I had no idea." And the thing just showed up. There it is. B-Man, he's into it. The dumper pumper fund, and that's what it is. It's a dumper pumper, yo. All right, let's change it right now. Thank you, B-Man. 427 goes to 432, maybe. I hope that's right. And it is now the dumper pumper fund. And we're going to shorten this up a little bit. There we go. Thank you, brother. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Can I move it? Are you going to move? Nope. Move over. There it is. Cool. UAV Tech, congrats. You're getting some stuff. Next up, we've got the 3-inch micro brushless and Cinewhoop tier. And you know I had to do it. You know I had to give away the best Cinewhoop frame in all the land. This is a Cinesplorer frame. I think these are still in stock at FPV Cycle. Don't quote me on that though. This is, I really love this. I'm really intrigued by the AOS 3.5 Cinewhoop frame, but the carbon fiber hoops on the top and the bottom, I'm not really into that. Like, I've been on gigs where I have brushed against cars, and a carbon fiber whoop, whatever the hell you want to call it, almost certainly would have scratched the clear coat on that car, whereas with the Cinesplorer, there are a bunch of different plastic ducts that you can run, or there's TPU printed ducts. There's also a really good Stan FPV duct. That's actually my preferred one. And these plastic ducts will not, I mean, if they do leave a mark, you just take your finger and you can rub it right off. So I'm still really, I still really think that plastic ducts are the way to go. But there's a lot of other stuff about that 3.5 frame that are kind of interesting. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But this is a Cinesplorer frame, and this is if you've flown any other Cinewhoop, this is gonna blow your mind because it just flies so much better. It's quite a bit lighter, and it has removable arms, and those two things make a gigantic difference in flight performance. So yeah, this is the one that you want, and somebody's about to win it, and that person's name is gonna come up with the goddamn wheel. Not wheel. It's not a wheel anymore. That person's name is Rodney's still up there. Nope, he just got blown away. Mudkips 321 wins. Congratulations, brother. I'm gonna grab your address off of Patreon and send you the best of the Cinewhoop frames. MUDKIPZ 3, 2, 1. Congrats, brother. You got some stuff coming to you. And next up, we've got the 5-inch tier. And for that, we're doing a full set of... I actually have to take them out. I think these are 2207s. These are the camo. Did I just pull that off on the wrong side? I sure did. These are the yellow and black camo iFlight Zing. No, they're not. These are the T-Motor. These are the T-Motor Pacer 2550 kV 2207.5 motors. And they have been soldered up to a quad, but they are fucking spotless. I mean, there's just like the motor wires aren't even dirty. So yeah, these are for all intents, not intense, intense, INTENTS. Somebody type it in chat. For all intents and purposes, not intensive purposes. If you say intensive purposes enough times, someone in their head will go, oh, what an idiot. Fair warning. You know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's just the truth. Someone named Brad with a big brain is going to go, oh. So don't do it. You don't want that. You don't need that in your life. Yeah, these are brand new. Gorgeous motors, too. I didn't realize that until just now that T-Motor did this wacky little camo scheme. I thought it was just iFlight. Although I might be getting them confused. And I've heard really good things. I mean, T-Motor makes a great motor, so can't go wrong with these. Can't go wrong with anything T-Motor makes, to be honest. Yeah, somebody's gonna win these, and they're gonna batter the living shit out of them. And man, 2207.5 is gonna make some serious donkey power. 2550 kV is pretty cool too, because you can do the 4-inch Cinewhoop thing with these motors if you run them on 6S. StanFPV sells 4-inch prop guard / ducts that you can just bolt on. And yeah, having a higher kV motor. If you want to run these on 6S on a 5-inch prop, you just put your motor limiting at like 75% or 80%. Or you can run them on 4S at full beans. Or if you go down to a 4-inch prop, you can run them up on 6S at, I would say, like 90%, maybe 95% with big old ducts. And yeah, catch the whole world on fire. Here are the folks that are in on this giveaway. Which button am I hitting? I'm hitting this button here. Can you guys see me? I always get paranoid. Yeah, we're good. The little, the Stream Deck, like, when I hit the button, it gives me a little indication that it's switched to that thing, but I don't trust it quite yet. I've only been using it for a couple of weeks. These are all the beautiful people entered to win this little guy. Let's see who wins it. Oh, no. Oh, no. There it is. We almost didn't have goat. It's Jesse Garcia. Congratulations, Jesse. You've got a big old set of motors coming to you that are going to make all the power in the world. Jesse Garcia Para. A baseball player. Garcia See ya. Congratulations, Jesse. Our last giveaway of the night is Super Chat and PayPal based. For $5, you can get on the wheel once. For $10, you can get on the wheel twice. That's it. If you send more than that, I'm going to take the rest of the money and spend it on hooers. I'll share them, though. With Maggie, not with you guys. Ew! Bitch. Aber the Ham with a $4.99 Super Chat. He says, I like Stinker Drinker. He has just stomped on B-Man's hopes and dreams of having the Dumper Pumper Fund show up for the next week. And now it's been changed. It's now the Stinker Drinker Fund. God, that is awful. And now it's even shorter. Gross. You guys are awful. Ew. Come on. There we go. Ugh, Stinker Drinker. Ugh. Here's what you're playing for. It's gonna be a bunch of stuff, as usual. If you have a QX, first and foremost, it's gonna be a set of CiottiFPV skateboard grip tape grip transmitter grips, which are just amazing. I use them on all my transmitters. I love them. You can get them in CiottiFPV purple, which just looks so goddamn cool. Wait a second. You can't tell me that you don't want this sparkly bastard purple grip tape on your transmitter. You can't tell me that this won't make you feel cooler and fly better. If you can tell me that, you're full of shit. So yeah, you're gonna be able to email CiottiFPV and say, yo, I won. Hook a brother up, and you tell him whichever transmitter you've got and what color you want, and he's gonna make them for you. Shout out to CiottiFPV, as always. If you have a QX7, or if you have a friend that has a QX7, this is a screen protector for it that I can send you. If not, I'll keep it and give it away next time. You're going to get a little Brain 3D keychain printed in full color. Shout out to Brain 3D for that. Your choice of either an MMCX straight antenna or an SMA long boy antenna, both right-hand circular polarized. You're going to get an El Cheapo soldering iron to throw in your bag or give to a buddy. I have another extra soldering iron. I'm not going to hoard soldering irons, so you're going to get a little backup soldering iron with an XT30 lead on it. It just goes to full bananas all the time, so it's like great for your bag, but I wouldn't use it as like your main soldering iron. And this is a 30x30 40 amp BLES ESC. I don't know who it's made by. It says BS. It's got a bunch of capacitors on it, and it looks fine. So yeah, good little ESC for you. A beater ESC. This is not like a premium Acon ESC. This is a beater ESC. So build a beater rig and pound on it, and you're gonna love my nuts. You're gonna love your beater rig. Let me get caught up on chat. That'll give you guys a time. So if you want to do PayPal because you don't want the YouTube and or Google Nazis to take 30%, go to CiottiFPV.com, scroll down, there's a PayPal button, or nah, don't do Venmo. Technically there's a way you can Venmo me on there, but I don't know if Venmo is going to send me an email, so I don't want to miss that. If you can do Venmo. If you want to do Venmo, make sure you type in the chat CiottiFPV, I sent you $5 or $10 via Venmo, so I can add you to the wheel that way. What was I going to say? Words eluded him. What was I gonna say? Yeah, or you can do a super chat. $5 on the wheel once, $10 on the wheel 2 times. Go! Let me get caught up on chat while you guys are taking some time to do that. Hey, I'm doing sticker packs, by the way. I just shipped a whole shitload more out last night. I am totally caught up. Sticker packs are $10. You can PayPal me, or I guess you can do Venmo. Make sure you put your address in the note, though. There's one person that didn't put their address in, and I had to email them. It wouldn't let me email them. It would only let me message them on PayPal. They've changed their thing. So, yeah, if you don't get your stickers, check PayPal, because there might be a message from me saying, yo, what's your address, bro? The sticker pack is a Micro King either sticker, or there's also, courtesy of CMYK FPV, a Micro King window cling. This is a static window cling, and it's double-sided. You can put this on the inside of your car window or the outside of your car window. It'll work either way. I tested it. It's pretty cool. So yeah, you got to also let me know which one you want. Do you want the sticker or the window cling? And then no matter what, you're going to get a CiottiFPV sticker and magnet. And the magnet is perfect for the trunk of your car. So when you open the trunk lid, it's right there, proudly, and then you can take a fucking selfie with it every single time you go out and fly, and then tag me in that shit on Instagram, and then I'll put it on my Instagram, and a bunch of people will see it, and they'll go to your Instagram, and they'll subscribe to you, and you'll be like, damn, I feel better. I've got more friends now. That's how it works. So yeah, sticker packs, $10. PayPal me or Venmo me, and make sure you put in the note what your address is, and I'll send you some stickers. Yo. Right. And I'm throwing extra stuff in. I'm throwing like random other stickers in too, so you might get a little surprise. You might not. Maybe I'll throw some human feces in there. You don't know. You don't know until it shows up in the mail. All right, let me scroll up and see how many chat comments I missed. Looks like we're all right. Not too bad. Kiz Bartlett says, Jackalope FPV CiottiFPV is getting a colonic irrigation. Oof. Yikes. Glenn Burnett says, hit that like button, y'all. Thank you, brother. Yeah, do it. Demo FPV says, have you had a chance to ship out sticker packs? That's why I just talked about the sticker packs. I'm all caught up. Unless you're the one person that didn't tell me your address. I don't remember who it was. Veritas Huza says, I had paid for an apartment 8 months in advance because I wasn't there all the time. They kept my 8th month advance plus security deposit and rented it to somebody else, no refund. It is unbelievable how awful apartment complexes are. Just fucking, like, they should be beaten with hammers. Even if they're nice. Hold on, YouTube just did the thing. Hey, I'm shipping them all out with just stamps, so there's not going to be any tracking or anything. When I ship the giveaways out, there's tracking because I do it through stamps.com. FamGFPV says, who set the world on fire? It was me who set the world on fire. So did CiottiFPV. Danzilla the Wonderful, he used to be Danzilla the Terrible, with a 35 Canadian Californian dollar super chat. He says, 1 ticket for me, 1 for Bob Noxious, 1 for Kiz Bartlett, and 1 for FamG, and the rest to rename to the Doo-Doo Displacer for Kiz. The Doo-Doo Displacer, that's gross. You guys are awful. I would never say such horrible things. Gross. Let me work the math out. Danzilla, Bob Noxious, Kiz, Fam, so that's 20, and then, so this is going up by 15. So 3 becomes a 5, 7 becomes a 2. I think that's right. Thank you, guys! Why is this, like, awkwardly off-center? Let's fix that. There we go. Hey, shirt of the day. Who knows, and if you've already heard me talk about it, or you've already answered this, don't answer. Who knows what this is? Anybody know what this is? I'll be very impressed. If you've already seen me talk about it, though, don't comment. Let's see if anybody that's new to this shirt. I haven't worn this shirt in a long time, so there's probably a bunch of people that have not heard me say what this shirt is. All right, so here we go. Danzilla, you're going on the wheel. Where's the wheel? Here's the wheel. All right, as soon as I get caught up on these, I'm spinning the wheel. We're gonna try to keep it short. Usually this, I usually dick around forever, and this last giveaway takes like a half an hour. But I'm gonna try to do it a little bit quicker tonight. And 1 for FamG. All right, I've got you 4 wonderful gentlemen on here. What else we got? Bob Noxious says, make you faster, CiottiFPV grip tape. Goddamn right. Kevin Sumner says, poop pal. I'm going to jump on the PayPal ones in a second. Let me just get caught up on the super chats here. Abraham says, soldering iron enthusiast and hoarder, CiottiFPV. Sleepy CBR with a $10 super chat. He's going in twice. Thank you, brother. Once and twice. Kiz Bartlett says you can never have too many soldering irons. Have you never done soldering iron jousting before? It's the hot new craze. Veritas Weasel says, with a $5 super chat, he says, excrement tubular ejectionator. You gotta, that's too long. God damn it. I'm assuming that you don't want to go on the wheel. So I'm gonna put you in here. Oh God, it's so long. That's what she said. Jesus hell. 457. Thank you, homie. I'm gonna leave it hanging off the screen like that. We'll do it like that. Just enough of the R so that you can barely see it. Veritas Music says, spin me 2 times. Whee! There was a band similar to like Guar way back when I was a kid growing up, and they had this song. They had this like skit song, and in the skit song, for some reason it's always stuck with me. They're like, put me on the wheel, spin the wheel, and it's gross, but I forget who the fuck they were. They wore costumes and shit like Guar. I don't think it was Guar. Might have been Guar. I forget who it was. B-Man says, ooh, a window cling wasn't an option when I ordered. I know, dude, I know. They just showed up the other day. I mentioned it when they showed up. I was like, I feel bad because a bunch of you guys didn't get the option. You'll just have to order another sticker pack, I guess. Abraham says, poop pal. Veritas says, we got that. Mutter Ritson says, PayPal, thank you, brother. B-Man says, it's like the Wild West renting in 2022. Yeah, seriously. Jesse Garcia says, sent you a PayPal, thank you, brother. Come on. I'm Gross98 with a $5 super chat. He says, Happy Wheels. I assume you want to get in on the giveaway? I'm Gross, right? I'm putting you in the giveaway. If that was to change the name of the poop fund to Happy Wheels, I'm confused. You need to explain before I do it. Kiz Bartlett says, was it Lordy you were on about, maybe? No, not Lordy. Left Step says green jelly. No, not green jelly. Might have been Guar. Hold on, let me see. On that wheel lyric. Let's see how good Google is. No. Yeah, it's too obscure of a lyric. Although, hold on, let's check. Is it Green Jelly? It's not a game. It was a band. They had giveaway. All right, cool. They had. Was it Green Jelly? Hold on. It was Green Jelly. Good call. Jesus, wow. World's worst band, Green Jelly. Yeah, that's it. There's the, that's the album art. Good lord, Green Jelly. Jello. Green Jello. Green Jello. Green Jello. No, it says Green Jelly down here. Interesting. Maybe that's the name of the album. Yeah, that was the fucking album. Wow. Why the hell did I listen to them? Could explain a lot. Why did you guys listen to that? You guys are worse than I am. Green Jelly, Jesus, that's right. All right, hold on. Hold on. Let's really get into this. Let's see what their most popular song is. It's Three Little Pigs, isn't it? Oh, it is Three Little Pigs. I remember this shit. We're gonna get copyright strike, but it's gonna be worth it. Oh my god, yeah. Three Little Pigs. Alright, hopefully that's quick enough to not. I'm gonna heart that one because I'm an idiot. Wow, Green Jelly, Jesus. Alright, in one of the songs the lyrics was Green Jelly sucks! Green Jelly sucks! Green Jelly sucks! Oh god, I'm totally gonna listen to that album after the stream tonight. Alright, back to the giveaway. Jackalope with a $5 super chat, but it's for the shit pump fund. Let's get into email here. I need to put my face on so that you guys can't see my scandalous-ass emails. Scandalous. Metal Dartskin with a $10 PayPal. He's going on the wheel 2 times. Thank you, brother. Once and twice. Thank you, homie. Jesse Garcia with a $20 PayPal. Thank you, brother. He says 2 tickets to the gun show and a sticker pack. Jesse, your address is not in here, but I can just throw it in with your winnings and save on shipping. I'm going to... what do you want? A cling or a sticker for Micro King? Do you want the sticker or the window cling? Let me know in chat. Tag me in chat and let me know, and I'll put it with your other stuff. And let's put you on the wheel. Jesse, if you win twice tonight, the natives are going to revolt. Fair warning. Frank Nicholas won like 2 weeks in a row, and somebody from chat showed up at his door with a pitchfork and a torch. It's crazy. Aber the Ham with a $20 PayPal. He says 1 sticker pack and 2 tickets to the giveaway, please. There's no address in here. Aber, shoot me an email or a message somewhere with your address, and let me know if you want the window cling or the sticker. Thank you, brother. Let's get you on the wheel. Once and twice. Thank you, homie. Next up, we've got a little bit of... Ooh, a bot grinder email. FPV Adventure Rescue Squad. That's cool. And then there's Jesse Garcia up in that pledge. Wow! Well, there's a success story if I've ever heard one. Jesse Garcia moves his pledge up to the $30 tier and immediately wins. Immediately wins more than $30 worth of stuff. That's how it works. That's how gambling works. Alright, if you want to get in on tonight's giveaway, there are not many people on the wheel. The chances of winning are actually pretty good. So I'm going to give you guys another minute because I need to change the name of the thing. I have to shorten it up a little bit. Because Jackalope made it so long that it'll go across the entire screen. So I'm going to do Elaborate Excrement Ejaculator. And where's the gear fund? Here it is. It might actually be shorter than what we have up there right now. Nope, it's longer. Jesus. Good God. Somebody do a short one for Christ's sakes. Thank you, Jackalope. Left Step says green jelly. Kiz Bartlett says, was it Lordy you were on about maybe? B-Man says, I like poopy wheels. Defecation merry-go-round. Oh, what have I done? Richard says green jelly used to be green jello, but they had to change their name. Ah, interesting. Mounted says they were green jello until the jello tried to sue them for something. Then it was jelly. Nice. Put me on the wheel. Spin the wheel. That is like burned into my brain as like the funniest thing I'd ever heard as a young lad. Jesse Garcia says sticker, please. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool. This one's yours, brother. And there it is. Alright, people. If you're PayPaling me right now, drop it in chat. Let me know in chat because I'm about to spin this wheel and I don't want to miss you. B-Man FPV with a $4.99 super chat. He says, I need a window cling, bro. B-Man, message me somewhere. There's got to be something. I'm not just going to ship this. That's just silly. There's got to be something else that you want or need. And I'll put... I can't ever do, like, just... I can't ever buy just one thing if it's going to be shipped to me, or ship someone just one thing. So I need to find something else to throw in the envelope. I won't even... I mean, unless you want to buy something else from my Etsy store. But I need to find something else to put in the envelope to send to you. I also need a reminder with your address. So message me. We got to figure out a second thing to go in the envelope, and I'll send you a couple. And just remind me that you super chatted. if you don't mind. All right. Shout out to CiottiFPV for sending over those sticker clings, window clings. Veritas User says, check this band out. Teddy Bear's rocket scientist. Not a rocket scientist, rock the house and find the tits, and that's it. Right 9 says, while you were there, did you change the time for the Whoop Wednesday stream? I might. I'm not sure if I'm going to change the time this Wednesday. Keep your eyes on your email, the Facebook group, and Discord. Kevin Sumner says, refresh PayPal. Awesome. Kevin, I'm going to put you on the wheel 2 times because you almost always do that to make sure that that I don't miss it, because sometimes it runs a little bit behind. There it is. Holy hell. Kevin Sumner with a $50 PayPal. Thank you, homie. Holy shitters. He says 2 tickets and intense and poopuses. Nice. Intense and poopuses. So Kevin has renamed the shit out of the gear fund. See what I did there? Did it just glitch out again? Son of a bitch. Hold on, let me fix the fix up the gear fund here. And intense and poopuses. It's a good one. 10 points for that one. I'm all the way in. And all right, the wheel's getting spun. Here we go, friends. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I need to change the 5 to, I believe, a 9. I believe that's correct now. Here comes the wheel. We're going to spin it. Somebody's going to win a bunch of stuff. And some crazy motors. Crazy motors. Something wrong with me. I'm just going to leave the wheel alone. It's going to be a longer spin, but, you know. Oh, it's too small. Make it bigger. All right, let's see who blows away first. Fam G is still up there. Aber the Ham's still up there. Fam G just got blown away. Aber's still there. Aber's gone. Kiz Bartlett wins. Kiz Bartlett, didn't you win something else tonight? Did you win the Tiny Whoop tier? No, that was UAV Tech. I feel. Did you win? Why do I feel like? Oh, Kiz, did you get it? Did I send you a? I wrote your name down recently. Congratulations, homie. You have won a bunch of fun stuff. Hey, get your ass into the chat and let me know what you want and what you don't want. Do you want the Hold on. Do you want the SMA antenna or do you want the MMCX antenna? Do you want the QX7 screen protector? That's it. Everything else you're gonna get whether you like it or not. Let me know, Kiz. Abraham says, what are the options again? The sticker and what? Window cling. Sticker or window cling. This is the window cling, and the sticker is what I was showing previously. The window cling is much bigger. The sticker is only like that big. Where the hell did it go? I had an extra... oh god, I threw up. I had an extra sticker. There it is. The sticker is also matte, and the window cling is glossy. So yeah, let me know. B-Man says, I don't have to ship it. Put it in a card. Put it in a card with a stamp. That's what I'm doing with all of these. I just can't. I just can't do it. I just can't. It's just my brain. It's just my brain. I can't just ship one thing. It's unacceptable. But message me, and I'll find something else. I will find something else that is useful to you, and I will send it to you. Kiz Bartlett says, don't need the QX7 protector. All right, very cool. That will go back in the box for someone else to enjoy. And then you want the SMA antenna. So the MMCX antenna goes back in the thing. Awesome. Giveaways are good to go. Look at that. It took 50 minutes, as always. That's all right. It's fun. Do you guys hate the giveaways, or do you guys have a good time? Is it fun, or is it annoying? Congratulations, Kiz. Hey, you need to, if you want the, and you do, the TweetFPV skateboard grip tape grip transmitter grips, tweetfpv@gmail.com. TWEE, I'll type it. tweetfpv@gmail.com. And then you need to send me your address and whatnot, and your email address and all that stuff. CiottiFPV.com, Instagram, Facebook, email, whatever. Just get in touch with me. Let me know that you won, and I'll ship it out to you. Although I think you're a patron, so I can probably just grab your info off of Patreon. If you're a patron, just say, hey, I'm a patron, dumbass. And I'll grab it off there. Kiz Bartlett. Congratulations to all the winners. To everyone else, you're going to win next time. I know it. I can feel it. I feel it for you. That might be illegal in 48 states. Ba 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 wah. What else is what's happening in chat here? Metal Dirtskin says, "Can't we get that on a shirt with Home of the Whooper?" Son of a bitch, that's a good idea, Metal Dirtskin. So much so that I'm gonna send a text to CMYK-FPV. Saying exactly that. Yo. Sick shirt idea. Micro King logo with the text somewhere. King of the Whooper. There it is. Oh my god, Maggie texted me at 9:55 a reminder. Somehow I keep forgetting to talk about like shit that I really want to talk about. She sent me a text that says, "Don't forget to talk about the helicopter and the car." Yo, I'm getting the Miata back. It's been... Let's look. I don't want to tell the whole Miata story. I'll tell the whole Miata story on another stream. I've talked about it a bunch. It's slightly painful, but whatever. Yeah, somebody asked me, those of you that haven't been around forever, if you care, ask me about the Miata on another stream, and I'll dig into it. On April 3rd of 2021, the conversation between me and GMG Automotive began about swapping swapping work. Them working on my car, me doing promotional material for them in the form of flying their shop, editing it down into a series of little like Instagram stories and posts and reels and shit like that. I held up my end. Here's the long story short. I held up my end. They did not hold up their end. Later that year, later in April 3rd, 2021. I thought it was 2020 actually. So here we go. Yeah. No, it was 2020. Yeah, Instagram didn't load the rest of the thing. Yeah, it was 2020. November 27th, 2020. Yeah, November 27th, 2020 is when we started talking. In response to me crashing, getting into an accident for the first time ever. Driving for over 20 years, never got into an accident. Stupid ass mistake, ran into the back of somebody at like 5 miles an hour. Miatas don't like running into the back of people, they're too low. And it was an SUV. This conversation actually goes back way far. There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say November is way. Nah, now we're back into September of 2020. No, it was like April of 2020 that it all began. Dropped the car off to them. They were still gonna give me a good deal. Sent them $1,000 the end of 2020. And then they just disappeared. Well, what really happened is I started talking shit on Trump publicly on like Instagram and Facebook, and apparently he's a big Trump supporter, and he just ghosted me. And well, he didn't ghost me right away. Initially, he just kept blowing me off, like, hey, you know, we're working on it next week, next month, next month, next month, next month. Eventually, he completely ghosted me for months, and then turned out that he had COVID and he was in the hospital on a respirator and all this shit. So I was like, okay. I was already really he'd already sort of burned the bridge with me, because he'd said like all of a sudden, right, when he finds out that I don't love the orange Cheeto Nazi, he all of a sudden, you know, the deal that we'd worked out was like, you know, that was the thing that blew that deal up, right? So yeah, months and months and months and months and months and months, and for, I will absolutely admit, for a while there, I did not really have a great spot to park the car. And I didn't really need the car, right? Like, I was in the divorce, I was in, like, all this shit was going on. So, like, I didn't, like, at any point, if I really wanted the car back, I could have absolutely just had a tow truck go take the fucking thing, right? But I didn't, you know, it was like, well, let's see what happens. Like, it's parked somewhere safe, I think, I hope. Yeah, he fucking, so, here, hold on. Let's go to the end of the conversation. To let you know how much, here's how much time went by. So I messaged him October 2021, November 2021, and then yesterday. October and November of 2021, I sent him a bunch of messages. Hey, any idea when it'll be ready? Oh, end of November for sure. Yeah, right. Hey, how's everything going? Hey, how's everything going? No response. Yeah, yesterday, August 2022. And end of November 2021. In his words, end of November 2021 for sure it'll be done. How about end of August 2022? So yeah, now I got to send him another $600, but it's worth it. All's well that ends well, I think. I don't know. I'd sort of written it off. It's gone forever. Whatever. I made a mistake. You know, I don't know what I always try to make a lesson out of things, right? I don't know what the lesson was. I guess maybe the lesson could be never talk about politics publicly ever, because people can be pretty shitty, myself included. Maybe the other lesson is research people's politics before you do business with them. Maybe. I hate that. I absolutely hate that, but, you know, whatever. But yeah. You know, they're a legit shop, so this whole time I've been pretty sure that they weren't just gonna steal my car, basically, right? But, you know, and I had that, like, in the back of my, like, people would ask me, like, dude, what the fuck, get the car back. And I'm like, well, you know, just, you don't know the story. Like, I'm not an idiot. I know a lot of people think I'm an idiot, but there's a method to my madness. And hey, you know, it came through. Goddamn two-factor authentication every fucking time. Why? Remember the browser. Yes, trust this browser for the 7,000th time. Yeah, I don't know. More importantly, I mentioned this on a live stream, and I was like, hey, I got to cover a couple other things, and then we're going to come back to this. Felix's 12th birthday was a couple of weekends ago, and Maggie, being the greatest person on Earth, saw a Groupon for a helicopter ride at a local place and got 2 tickets to the helicopter ride show. And the deal was, on Felix's birthday, we wanted to just, like, take them there and surprise them, but we just told them, like, hey, look, this is what we got you. You get to pick either whichever one of us want to come with you, because the helicopter can only have 2 passengers in it. and Felix picked me because I've become like their best friend because they're down here playing Diablo and Overcooked with me most nights, which was cool because Maggie was a little bit like, ooh, helicopter, scary, and so it was wild. I'm pulling up pictures on my iCloud right now to show you guys. It was super rad. So the helicopter, it's one of these little ones, you know, not that small though, but because it has to have a back seat. I felt really sick. First like 30 seconds, I was pretty sure I was going to throw up. There was something about not being in control, and then so when he took off, he pitched it left. I guess that's not pitch. He, whatever the hell it's called, rolled it left? Is it the same? Do they use the same words as us? He rolled it left, and we slid sideways down the runway. And that really made me feel that really, like, just. So there were two things going on. There was definitely like a weirdness in my stomach of like a motion that I'd never really banked. That's it. Of like a motion and a visual thing that I'd never really seen before. But there was also, I think the bigger component was just straight fear. Just like, we're going up in the air on a fucking death trap that if the engine fails, we tumble to the earth, and that's that. And like, Felix is with me, right? And there was, and I think that was the biggest part of it. I think the biggest part of the queasiness was just like, oh fuck, this was stupid. Like, we could just not be on a helicopter right now and be totally safe. But after like maybe six, so we banked left and slid over, and then he put the nose down, and we went down the runway, and I'm starting to feel worse and worse and worse, and then we start coming up in the air, and we're like 50 feet up, 100 feet up, and I'm like, shit. And then we get maybe to like 200 feet or so, and then and I'm like, you know, like self-soothing and self-talking and just like, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good. They test the shit out of these things, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of brought myself down, and then it was just amazing. It's just super, super, super cool, man. If you get the opportunity to do a little helicopter ride, do it for sure. It's just super cool. I mean, there are just so many fucking cool things about it. So here we be, and I'm just gonna slowly rip through. And yeah, so it's an inline 6. It makes there's a little bit of 120 frames per second for you. It makes 300 and something horsepower, and the fucking thing will go 120 miles an hour. I couldn't believe how. What are you guys doing in chat? What's happening? I can't believe it'll go that fast, but yeah, it fucking boogies, yo. So we flew out over Lake Lanier, and we did like a little thing. We looked at Margaritaville, or whatever the hell it's called, little theme park on Lake Lanier, and what a cool experience, man. What a fucking, just what a blast. And Felix was not scared at all. I was like, oh, Felix is gonna throw up for sure. I feel like crap. They were just like, yeah, this is great. So yeah, there we are at the end of the runway. So we're just railing down the runway. I'm still, like, at this point, I'm still feeling like absolute hell. The pilot was awesome. I was like asking him all these questions and shit. The blades, each blade, did he say 80 grand? He might have said $80,000 per blade. It might have been $18,000 per blade, but it was some absurd amount of money. Those blades, those big long blades, are like, I think he said they're like 8 pounds each. I was like, what? So lightweight. And he was telling me about like the maintenance cycles on it. Oh man, it was so I had such a good time. I was trying to not like be completely obnoxious because it wasn't for me, it was for Felix, right? But like, I couldn't help myself. I had to ask this guy questions about the damn thing. And it was, man, it was just so fucking cool. It was a little cool up there. We had like pants on, I think, maybe. I don't know. It was just the coolest fucking thing, and like, of course, you know, at one point he's like, because you know, like we have some knowledge of flying things, right? So at some point he was like, you seem like you know you seem like you know some stuff, like you know way more than most people. And I was like, yeah, I'm a drone pilot, I fly FPV stuff. He's like, oh, cool, I have a Mavic. I'm like, oh, yeah. Do you know what FPV is? He's like, no. And I kind of explained it to him a little bit. He's like, oh, that's interesting. I'm like, yeah, I ain't shit to you. It was so perfect because, like, I didn't even want to talk about it because, for the record, right, like, a real pilot, like, you ain't shit. If you don't, you guys know this already, but, like, we ain't shit to a real pilot. Like, this is a whole different thing. Like, this guy's risking his life every time he goes up in this, right? And, like, the amount of training that they do, like, it's a whole different thing. So don't ever be like, oh, yeah, I'm a pilot too, bro. Don't do that. They will hate you. You will be the story that they tell forever of the asshole that they gave a ride to that thought they were a pilot, all right? So just be, like, know that. There you go. There's Margaritaville. But like, yeah, like he gave me the opportunity to say it, so I you know, said it, but I left it there. And but it was just, I was so happy that like he wasn't like, oh, that's really cool, man. I was so happy that he was like, oh yeah. Like I was like, yeah, bro, that's, you deserve, you have the right to be like that. So yeah, and this is just kind of it. He was telling me the story behind the guy that developed and like built the original version of this helicopter in his fucking garage in California, and now like he's made millions of these fucking things. They're like the most popular helicopter for this stuff, like taking people for ride-alongs in a really cheap way. So like, you know, every major city has a company that, you know, you can pay for a helicopter ride, and for sure do it if given the opportunity, especially if there's a Groupon, because Groupon stuff is like really wildly discounted. That sucks that this wasn't in focus, but that's a good by this point I'm just like, this is awesome. Headsets and everything, man, like this is super cool. We were at 600 feet. You know, that's where it came up, actually. That's where it came up. I'd said, like, what's our elevation? And he said 600 feet. I was like, oh, cool. It's good. It's good to know what 600 feet looks like. And he was like, what? And that's when I was like, you know, I stay below 400 feet all the time. I'll tell you what, though. I've been 600 feet before. My eyeballs have been 600 feet before, prior to this helicopter ride. 600 feet is pretty low. So, yeah, fair warning, guys. We can get above 400 feet in a goddamn heartbeat. So just be aware. Yeah, look at the little skid. It was a yellow helicopter. Look at that, man. Look at them trees. Georgia is very green. When you're up in a helicopter, you really realize how green Georgia is, which is awesome because New Jersey was like that and Charleston is not like that. They've just cut all the trees down in Charleston to build more apartment complexes. It's one of the things I love about Georgia is that there's trees here. This is a little flap down by my ankle that I was taking a couple pictures out of. I even took this little video. Oh, actually, you'll see it. Yeah, look at that little flap down there. The pilot was so fucking cool. Really cool guy. What else can I tell you guys about it? I don't know. You guys know about helicopters. There's the collective that controls the throttle, and then they control the pitch of the blades. What an experience. Ah, that's right. I did a pano. It got a little wibbly wobbly here, but yeah, look at this pano, yo. Looking at the side windows. I love that the phones do the panoramic stuff. Yeah, there's the controls and the dials. Pretty fucking analog, man. I mean, he had his phone for GPS, which I thought was hysterical. But yeah, man, it's an analog thing. Really, really cool. The throttle is on a twist. On the I did not know that. I knew that the collective controlled the pitch of the blades, but I did not know that the throttle was on a twist. But they just max the throttle. They just run the throttle all the way up. Here's something that I thought was super interesting. They monitor. Oh, what the hell? What do they monitor? Hold on. Hold on. Can I? Give me this. Gimme. Gimme. They monitor. It's not exhaust gas temperature. It's they monitor over here manifold pressure. They monitor their manifold pressure. Oh, I wish I'd told this story earlier because I would have remembered why, but it has to do with the incoming air. They have to be careful. Because as they go faster, I might be wrong here, but I think they're ramming more air into the intake as they go faster, so they have to pay attention to the manifold pressure. I resisted the urge to make a danger to manifold joke because I actually hate the Fast and Furious movies. But yeah, the manifold pressure basically tells them how healthy the engine is in that exact moment. It's really important to monitor the manifold pressure. So I thought that was super interesting. But yeah, man, what a fucking cool experience. I am so lucky to have gotten to experience that. It's a Raven. That's what it's an R44 Raven. That's the name of the helicopter if you guys want to look it up. R44 Raven. So this is the R44 Raven 2 that is turbine powered, and they do like more expensive rides in this one. But yeah, R44 Raven, that's the name of it. It was, man, what a cool experience. What an amazing experience. I'm just the fucking luckiest person on earth, man. I don't know. I didn't know it could be like this. I really didn't. And you guys have been a part of this. You really have. And that's pretty fucking cool. I'm a lucky motherfucker. Danzilla says, how is the PID tune on the chopper? You know what's interesting? There's the big long tail boom with the vertically spinning smaller blades on it, right? Of course. Crosswinds, because of the tail boom, the crosswinds yaw the helicopter. And it's a really interesting sensation because for most, he said that most people have a hard time with that yaw sensation because most people don't get that yaw sensation anywhere. From motorsports, the yaw sensation is the slip angle of the car, which I've spent years and years and years and years and years playing with. So like I had no problem with the yaw sensation, but it was like I could not help but notice it. I was like very aware of every little bit of yaw, and at one point I asked him about it. I'm like, what? Like why do we keep yawing? And he was like, I'm surprised that you noticed that. And then he explained to me that yeah, the crosswinds hit the tail boom hard because it's not, like our stuff is for the most part pretty A, compact, but B, it's pretty same front to rear, right? So a crosswind is just going to push us sideways, but they got that big long tail boom, so a crosswind is going to affect the yaw more than the bank or the sliding around. So I thought that was super fascinating, and it's just the whole fucking time it's just like kind of just wiggling around. It's really cool, really different sensation. Kiz Bartlett says people need to learn to separate personal from professional, and politics are personal. Guy shouldn't have let his business be affected by personal matters. Yeah, for sure. But we're all humans, right? So I give people a lot of space with that because I'm guilty of it. I would not let it get in the way of business, especially like someone that like. I might choose not to take a job because of it, okay? But I would never, Like, if I was booked for a job and I found out about it, I would never cancel. Are you kidding me? But, like, right, like, okay, so if Donald Trump approached me and said, hey, I want to hire you as a drone pilot, I'd say, fuck you. And that's, you know, technically I shouldn't do that. But my values are not, I'm not going to support with my craft and my art his set of values that I completely disagree with in so many different ways. Kiz Bartlett says, I swear Miatas are crazy popular over in America. They're popular everywhere, man. They are the best-selling sports car of all time. And they're also very inexpensive, which is why they're so popular. Kevin Sumner says, home of the whooper. You said king of the whooper. Don't know. Oh, home. Good call. Not king, home. Not king, home. Not king, home. LOL. Thank you. Good catch. Right. Ed says, hell yeah, I chased an Emax Miata yesterday. Didn't want to post it due to well feelings. Congrats. Post it, yo. Well feelings. What's that mean? PJ says, I like it better when CiottiFPV makes the noise. Forget OBS. Abraham says, text you my address, but also I'm a patron. Window cling, please. Do me a favor, text me window cling so I remember. Unless, whatever. I'll remember. Morton Upshot says, now I want that shirt. Kiz Bartlett says, I know I want a backup winner a month or two back, but the original winner emailed you. That's what I'm remembering. I also have to find out P&P costs. What's P&P? Did anybody get the shirt? Morton, if you're referring to this shirt, it's not made anymore, unfortunately. I had a hell of a time getting this. I got like the last one of these shirts ever. It was in like the back of the warehouse. Oh no, the home of the whooper shirt. Yeah, no, that's gonna be a thing for sure. Kiz Bartlett deserves it for CiottiFPV down. That's so true. Veritas Huza says, your helicopter experienced disorientation. It's called motion sickness. Yeah, see, that's the thing, though. I don't get motion sickness. One of the things that I've known a handful of extremely fast, extremely talented drivers who cannot instruct because they get nasty motion sickness. And also because being in the passenger seat of a car that's being hurtled around a racetrack at triple-digit speeds is a beautiful way of seeing if you get motion sickness. And I don't. And also on boats. Motion sickness is very common on boats, and I'm totally fine on boats. Which is why I think that the fear factor was a big part of why I was feeling sick. Because yeah, I've just never gotten motion sickness before, and I've been in all these situations that really trigger motion sickness pretty hard. So yeah, I was super shocked by that. I was like, yeah, it was just wild. It was just wild. But like, just the kids have completely shifted my my concept of, like, look at Metal Dirtskin guessing it. Looks like a Robinson R44. Look at this guy. Yeah, the kids have just completely, like, I've depression does a thing. Depression makes you miserable, and with years and years and years and years and years and years and years of that, you kind of, like, you develop, I mean, some people you develop, at the very least, you develop this, like, well, if I die, I don't care, because I'm just miserable, and I know that there's no escape from this, and it's one of the more cruel things about mental illness in general, but more specifically depression. That can turn into, I'm going to actively end my own life, right? As we all know, which is very common in men, which is why I try to talk about mental illness as much as I can, because talking about it is one of the best ways for us to learn about it. And when you learn about something, you can be more aware of it. And when you're more aware of something, you can catch it early before it turns into a nightmare. And the kids have completely shifted that for me. And I think this was there's this mind-body connection, right? Like, your body is connected with your mind, whether you like it or not. You can think all day long that you have control, that your body is just your body and your mind is just your mind, and it's just not true. Sorry, but it just isn't. And I think this was a very specific example of that. My body knew that there was this like danger of like, hey, we're about to go up in the least reliable form of air transport. I don't get this on airplanes. I'm totally fine on airplanes. But helicopters are different. Helicopters will not glide to the ground gracefully. They fall like a sack of potatoes. And yeah, it was a really interesting kind of thing. And I don't think it would have been as bad if I were alone. Although it still might have happened, because I just have a very different view and just like mental picture of the quest to stay alive. And I'm lucky to have that, because it's important, like leaving the earth hurts a lot of people. And it's a tough one, right? Because like it's your decision, and it's like, in your life, it's kind of the only decision that you truly control top to bottom. But it's extremely selfish to do it. But the problem with that is that when you know how selfish it is to do that, it makes you feel even worse. So that's not something that I usually like to call out, how selfish suicide is. So yeah, really, really, really interesting experience, top to bottom, in like so many different ways. And I was just so I was really worried that Felix was going to be scared shitless or not have a good time, and they just had an absolute blast. And I was just like, man, that is so fucking cool. So yeah, there you go. Best present I've ever seen anyone get another person. Maggie got for Felix, I think. I don't know. That was just, and I'm just the luckiest guy ever to be able to come along for the ride, on a helicopter and in this life that I'm inside of and just blown away by. So there you guys go. Veritas Music says, you need to try hanging out the door of a gunship during high-speed maneuvers. It's a thrill. First time I flew a real plane, I was 13. Jesus, that's horrifying. Let's get this stream wrapped up. It's late. YouTube did the thing. Come on. Where was I? Come on. I'm gonna miss some things, but we just need to wrap this up. I'm very confused as to where I just left off in the chat. But Morton Upshot says, when can we say the name of that game? You brought back painful memories. Say the name. What game? What were we talking about? Danzella says you should start sending out signed 8x10 headshots. That would not go well. Abraham says, what are the options? We got that. TalBFPV says, fun little tidbit, Maynard and Danny Carey from the band Tool were in the band Green Gel. No shit. Really? That's ridiculous. That's weird. Better Erdskin says, can we get that on a shirt with Home of the Whooper? Kizbo says, we got that. Oh, wow, I'm way far behind. I missed a... Okay. I'm all over the place. Oh, it's the fucking mouse scroll wheel that's doing it. The mouse scroll wheel is scrolling up by like a big amount when I scroll down. Here we go. Metal Dirtson says manifold absolute pressure is in inches of mercury. Yeah, I love that about it. It's inches of mercury. I actually knew that from car stuff because manifold pressure is something that you use during tuning cars. But must be an NA engine. Yep, it was. If the green arc only goes up to about 25. Yep, it was an NA inline 6. PJ says, happy to be here and part of this too. I have the same awesome feeling about finding this community, ending up with a Gangly Man stream. Thanks for all you do. Thank you guys for supporting me. You're literally the only reason I can do this. Morton Upshot says, getting too late and I need to work in the morning. Good night, all. T star wouldn't pay you for work either. I think that's YouTube censoring. FamG says, have you tried an RC heli? I have not. I'm not really interested in it for some reason. It's cool and all, but they're too expensive. It's just too much. I'm totally fine with quads. Morton Upshot says, Karatika. Nice. Good call, Morton. Yeah, this shirt is the game Karatika on Apple II way back in the day. The programmer of Karatika wrote 2 books actually. He also did Prince of Persia, and he's got a book on Prince of Persia and a book on Karatika, and he made a short run of t-shirts. I saw Will Wheaton wearing this t-shirt on his YouTube show Tabletop a bunch of years ago, and I emailed I then found that he wrote this book and that he sold these t-shirts on his website, but they were sold out. So I emailed him. I said, hey man, I remember that. So this game has a special place in my heart because I remember playing this game with my father growing up, and I remember how hard this game was, and it was. I remember being confused as to why my father would keep playing something that was so difficult, and then I remember realizing how cool that is to keep trying something that was so difficult. And look at me now. I wouldn't be surprised if that was like a real moment of my life that shaped me, right? Like we have these moments that shape us as humans. And so, yeah, I just have very specific, I can specifically remember the joystick that we used to play the game on. It had like a thin silver shaft on the bottom, and then it had this plastic bit that like came up like this, and then it necked down, and it was like that beige from back then that had a red button on top. Like I have these very, very, and I don't have many memories of my youth. One of the other really evil things about depression is that, you know, depression makes you miserable. Your brain is designed to delete miserable memories so that you don't go crazy. So like when I talk to somebody that has like so many amazing memories from their childhood, I'm very jealous because I just don't have a lot of memories from growing up. But this is one. This is a very, very vivid memory for me of playing Karatika and just losing over and over and over again. It was brutal. It's like well known as being a brutally difficult game. I don't know if my dad, I definitely never beat it. I don't know if my dad ever beat it. But yeah. B-Man says, your dad told you kids would do that. CiottiFPV, good to see. Imagine having your own. It's crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. Hell of a responsibility, but what a gift. What a fucking gift. What a fucking gift. Veritas Weasel says, hey bud, as long as you don't lose the rotors or the tail boom, when an engine fails on a helicopter, stored energy in the rotors allows auto rotation to land it in engine failure. Yeah, I actually talked to him about that. It doesn't, it's still a hell of a landing though, right? Like, you know, helicopter crashes kill a lot of times. Plane crashes tend to not. But yeah, it's stop it, fucking mouse, come on. Hey, look at that, we're caught up. Awesome. Off the rails a little bit tonight, but covered some good shit. Love you guys, be good. Let me get some music coming on here from the one and only Epidemic Sounds, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. I'm not sure what time, maybe 5 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock, maybe regular time, 8 o'clock, we'll see. Depends on how during the day Friday goes. Here comes some music. Hopefully it doesn't suck. Be good, friends. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Here's some more flight footage from that same spot from the beginning of the stream. Hopefully I don't crash within 3 seconds. Here's the battery right before that one. It's filmed vertically for Instagram. Love you guys! Later.